Thanks for joining us here today. We're live at DHL Stadium where we're going to watch the DHL Stormers 23 take on the Hollywoodbets Sharks U23. The Stormers are currently in the change room. They're busy singing Impiama Stormer after running in 6 tries to beat the Glasgow Warriors 48-12. That win sees the Stormers go top of the URC. It was an electric atmosphere here at DHL Stadium, and we've got more rugby for you. We've got some serious talents on show, especially from the Stormers 23 side. If you look at the team sheet, guys like Achiba Daimani, Suleiman Hartzenberg, Sazi Sandi, all have over 50 caps for the Stormers. So hopefully they'll be able to put on a show for us this afternoon. Thanks for joining us live here on Stormers TV. I'll be joined a bit later by Gareth Wright, just as soon as he's finished his duties. Sharks U23 taking the field now, and they'll be joined shortly by the DHL Stormers 23. Here they come, Captain Josh Bull leading the side out. They won their first game of the season against the same Sharks U23 side in Durban. After that there were 2 tough games against the Vodacom Bulls 15, going down in Pretoria, and then last week a tight game here at DHL Stadium. So they'll be looking to get back to winning ways in this coastal clash. This SA Rugby U23 Cup, the rule is that you can have 7 players that are over 23 in the match day 23, 4 in the starting lineup and 3 on the bench. So we've got loose head prop Henkes van Beek, tight head prop Sazi Sandi, Connor Evans, Achiba Daimani, and the rest of these guys are all under 23 on the 1st of January. Sion Meyer from the Sharks going to get us underway here. Decent crowd has stuck around to watch this, and it goes straight to Achiba. Watch out, gets hit hard in the tackle. Manages to hold on to possession. Stormers 23 in their 22. Can they exit now? Goes out to Luca Bacchus. Referee gives a penalty. There'll be some relief and opportunity to exit. Dominic Malchus, former junior Springbok, finds touch, and we'll have an early line out just short of the 10-meter line. Decent crowd is stuck around here at DHL Stadium, especially here on the grandstand side. Good opportunity to come and look at the next level of talent. The guys really pushing to be part of that Stormers setup. Stormers will be going on tour in about a week's time to finish their URC campaign overseas. All these guys will be desperate to be on that plane. So they've really got something to play for beyond just obviously the jersey and the badge that they're wearing. Con Evans goes up, secures that ball. Ball's lost, but it goes backwards. Sharks get in over it, and they've won it back. Ball goes out wide. Big tackle in midfield. That's Johnny Roche making his presence felt there. Everson for the Sharks gets it out. Now they cut back inside into the traffic. And it's Roche again, busy on defense. Good hands from the Sharks. Goes through, good stepping, an offload. Looks like it could be a try against the runner player. They steam into the 22. Stormers 23 back, and yes, they've won the breakdown penalty. It's crucial. That was great work on the deck there. Another chance to clear the line. That's 2 penalties in the 22 inside the first 2 minutes. So they obviously switched on defense, the Stormers 23 side. Forwards coach Helmut Lehmann, of course, played open side flank and number 8 for Marties in his day. Was a varsity cup winning captain. Obviously knows a thing or two about what's happening at the breakdown. There's another opportunity for Bacchus, as I'm joined here by Gareth Wright. Better late than never, Gareth.
Thanks, Marky, but what a frenetic beginning to this game. And obviously,
some island minutes so far here.
Stormers U23 is looking to exit out of their own half.
Must say, conditions, Gareth, looking pretty picture perfect here today. What is Winguru telling you?
No, it's great field conditions and lovely conditions to play rugby in.
Sharks go wide again, find some space on the outside. cut back inside again. Johnny Roche looks like he's got this covered. That's another big hit from Roche. Really getting on the front foot on defence. Goes wide again. Again, big hits in midfield. The Stormers 23 team really getting off the line, Gareth, making their presence felt.
Yeah, some solid hits, but it's penalty advantage.
Keep pushing them back. But the referee had advantage for offside, maybe a little bit too eager to get off the line there, but at least good intent shown from the Stormers 23 side.
And the biggest thing is giving away a Middle Earth penalty mark. Of course, the Sharks will be happy with their start to this game. They've camped in the Stormers half of the field, but Stormers discipline is going to have to be picked up a notch, because it is at this stage too many penalties that are allowing the Sharks under 23 back in, and a good touch finder from the pivot in the form of
what we saw in the first 2 minutes, Gareth, was Stormers 23 winning 2 breakdown penalties in the 22. So really kind of put under pressure early, but rocking up. Another big hit there in midfield. And it's a penalty to the Sharks side. Ref walking them forward. They're going to take it quickly. Here goes Everson. Right up to the line now. Henkes van Wyk in over that one. Doesn't manage to secure it. Achiever the Magic Man comes up with the ball. No, leave. Sharks somehow managed to keep the ball, but it's messy and it's slow, so that'll give the Stormers 23 a chance to set the defence. It goes wide again, right up in front of the poles now. The Sharks under 23 got to make use of this. They've had some quality possession in these opening exchanges, but again, ball's lost at the breakdown. This time referee says illegally so.
a fourth penalty going the way of the Sharks in as many minutes. So gilt edge opportunity now for the Sharks to open the account bang in front here.
Yeah, surely. Putting your kicking coach hat on, you take the points here.
Well, want to build a lead, it's a given 3 points. So you'd expect the Sharks to knock us over.
Yeah, as we said, some really committed defence from the Stormers 23 already. Been put under pressure and they're really standing up to it quite well.
So we got a penalty for...
Bit of a lecture from the ref for Bull. Looks like quite an in-depth conversation there between the captain and the referee. Sharks look like they might be opting for the line-out.
Well, Mark, I've always been an advocate of building scoreboard pressure, and see the Stormers under 23 side just having a quiet word there to each other. Discipline paramount in the opening 5 or so minutes. They've given away a surfeit of penalties. Now it's probably a tap and go move from the Sharks.
There goes Everson with a quick tap. Goes wide again. They're right under the poles. And again, met with physicality on defence. Chiba Daimani really getting stuck in there. It's a quick ball for the Sharks. They go around the fringes. They're right there now. I mean, surely they must score here. Forces their way over the line.
Oh, no, it's a penalty that's gone the way of the Stormers under 23. Crawling was the call from the referee.
Incredible commitment on defence, Gareth. I mean, that sort of team really shows their mettle. The attitude that they're showing on defence. I mean, at some point, they're going to get the ball on the front foot and show what they can do on attack. But so far, they've had to really step up and make some tackles.
And that's a good touch finder from Dominic Malchus from the middle of the field, just giving his forwards a bit of time to breathe. Try to find their rhythm here, the Stormers under 23 side. They've been camped in their own half of the field since the start of this game, and they'll be looking to exit efficiently.
Luca Bacchus will get the ball in. Obviously, Connor Evans running the show, making the calls. He goes up, wins it, but it's lost. Sharks come away with that again. Stormers 23 battling to exit their own 22. And again, they find themselves making some tackles. Still scoreless here at DHL Stadium somehow. Just 6 minutes of Sharks dominance. It goes wide again. They spread it now. Good tackle made there in midfield. Josh Bull, the captain, leading by example. Everson gets it at the base. And it goes to the big men. Met well, just over the 22, but it's advantage to the Sharks. Now they can play, now they can do something. Opt to go straight up the middle.
Well, you feel the Stormers under 23 might be in trouble here. They've given away numerous penalties, and you feel that the referee might be going to his pocket. Yep. Such is the case, and it looks like Devon Fuller has earned himself 10 minutes in the sin bin.
Devon Fuller eager at the breakdown, but maybe just wearing a bit on the referee's patience there. So he takes a break in the sin bin for 10.
It'll be the evergreen Tion Mayer to kick for touch. Of course, he's been around the provincial scene for a number of years. Today, applying his straighter fly. Normally a scrum off in these circumstances, but obviously such is the nature of this competition. You're allowed 7 players over the age of 23, and he certainly doubles up. Does he count as 1 or 2, Mark?
Versatile. Well, we're talking Henkes van Wyk in the Stormers 23, so I don't know if we're going to be pointing any fingers there. Good contest from Connor Evans as he goes up and disrupts the Sharks, but they still come away with it. Number 4, Mbonambi, looking very busy in the opening exchanges. Again, right up under the poles. Stormers 23 having to man up on defence and doing that so far. But here we go, a little half gap. Again, they've got a bit of momentum. They're just short of the line. They managed to hold on to that. No, ball is spilt. Once more, Gareth.
Well, it's been an Erastun opening 8 minutes. The Sharks would want to have converted all this territorial pressure into points, and unfortunately it's another knock on, this time coming from Dion Hiernes. However, the Stormers under 23 are making a multitude of tackles, Michael, so they'll be surely cognizant of that fact. Can't just defend for numerous phases.
Yeah, surely something's got to give if it carries on this way. But there's a scrum now right under the poles. Let's see what they can do. Maybe we can come up with a scrum penalty here to get a nice easy exit. Sazi Sandi, the wonder from Makanda is what they call him. At Taite Propia. He's recently celebrated his 50th game for the Stormers. He's going to have to show what he can do here. Against his opposite number, Nkobisi. It's not stable at all, is it, Gareth? Ezekiel Ngubeni, live wire at the back of the scrum. Here goes Achiva. Man can move. Is he going to pass? Does he need to? Bumps off one, goes back to Ngubeni. Quick feet as they approach the 22. Got to clean that breakdown now.
Clear release.
Yep, they've secured it. Malchus getting involved there, clearing the ruck. It's got to be the forwards now that make some hard yards. Let's see what the Stormers 23 team can do when they hold on to the ball for a little bit. Of course, they also want to play a bit in the opposition half, don't they, Gareth?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to set it up just inside their 22. Another penalty, this time going the way of the Stormers under 23. And that'll be some relieving advantage for all the Stormers under 23 who found themselves really being camped in their own half of the field for large parts of this opening game.
Talk to me about Dominic Malchus, Gareth. I mean, he's a player who plays 10, can also do a job at inside centre. Good kicker. What do you make of Malchus?
Interesting player. He's come all the way from Humansdorp. Of course, he represented South Africa under 20 with a plum. He won a World Cup medal last year for a fantastic result where he acquitted himself so well, and he slotted into the pivot position in this under 23 setup really well.
Bit of a conference happening there for the Sharks forwards. They've made all the running in the opening 10 minutes. They don't really have anything to show for it, do they?
And it looks like one of their tight forwards, it looks like Van Heerden Pretorius is going to crawl. Just holding his shoulder very gingerly.
Man with 2 surnames, Van Heerden Pretorius. Limps off.
Never nice to see that, and we wish him well. And he's replaced by number 19 in the shape of Nonya Yalela.
Luca Bacchus with the feed for the lineouts. Connor Evans goes up, claims it again. He's been consistent so far. He's called it on himself a lot. And some good momentum from them all there, Gareth.
That's a great drive from the Stormers under 23. Penalty advantage accruing to the Stormers under 23.
Goes wide now. Ngubeni, little dink over the top from Roche. Bulls all over that. Sharks knock it on. But there was a penalty advantage from them all. So a little bit of progress upfield. We're into the Sharks territory, I think, for the first time in the match since the kickoff.
Great throw and great take from Connor Evans, and then they set the drive well. Brought to ground illegally, so it'll be Marcus Damien Malchus to carve off some real estate down this grandstand touchline, and he's found a neat touch.
Malchus finds his touch just outside the 22, and here comes the line out again. I reckon Connor just keeps on calling it on himself, but it's going well so far. The experienced Henkes van Wyk gives the call. And here's an opportunity to move into the 22 and do something on attack for the Stormers 23. Damani goes up, it's a back ball, some good momentum, gets some legs early on as they approach the 22. Forwards committed there. Buckus gets brought down. Damani takes it on himself again. Achiever looks like he's got the bit between his teeth. He's trying to prove something today. Penalty goes the other way, holding on at the breakdown. Sharks showing that they can also pose a threat at the breakdown. So far, the defending team getting the calls from the referee.
Yeah, this time Potgieter got over the ball. Stormers under 23 not quick enough to regroup and get the effective clean out at the breakdown, and this time Tian Meyer has found a sizable touch up this grandstand touchline.
Tian Meyer, bit of a journeyman, been around. I mean, he was at the Cheetahs for many years. But that Ron Pinner mold where play scrum off, but also do a job for you at fly off.
Yeah, and he's found himself now coming back into the Sharks row. So really, really, really interesting his journey around rugby and the rugby world.
Sharks now with the put him at the line out to see what they can do on attack. Nice vibe here at DHL Stadium. Music's going. Quite a few people have stuck around. And these are obviously the people that are interested in the next generation. What's coming up? Great contesting from Hachiva Daimani there to win the ball back for the Stormers 23. Lutawesi trucks it up the middle. Ngubeni. Sazi making meters. They've got to clean that breakdown. Ngubeni now looks like he's setting up for the box kick. Who's going to chase this one?
Use it!
Got JC Mars after it. Oh, gets up well, but it bounces nicely for Meyer. And it's Everson who comes away with it, but there was a foot in touch. That contestable game becoming such an important part of the modern game, especially with the recent law changes, Gareth.
And the scraps around it. And this time going the way of the Stormers.
It was a good contest in the air from JC Mars. You could see Damani was there, waiting to pounce. And he's a loose forward, but easily fits it in the back line. Remember that first URC winning campaign when Achiever caused such havoc out wide with the likes of Warwick Lanton, Leo Linzas. Great linking player. Ran a sub 1100 at high school. Achiever, so no slouch.
All I see is black and white. JP Boy, of course. Good to see him back in the fairest Western Cape after a stint at racing in France.
Yeah, fantastic line-out forward as well, Achiever. Really is a multi-dimensional player, so kind of player that people want to pay to come see in action. Here goes Ngubeni. And it's Sunday right up the middle. Stormers 23 is just trying to put a few phases together. Evans takes it upon himself, gets over the advantage line. Ngubeni. Sazi. Oh, it's a little dink through. Roche is after this one. Referee says no advantage there.
Captain.
Well, no, he's got to have a chat to the Sharks players, and specifically the captain, of course, Pieterse. It's a number of penalties that have gone the way of the Stormers, and that's enough now.
Quite impressive, Gareth. Since Devon Fuller's been off the field with the yellow card, Stormers 23 really held their own. They really stood up to whatever the Sharks had thrown at them, even though they're a man down.
And that's the key to avert pressure on the scoreboard. So Devon Fuller's got the better part of about 3 minutes to hold out. So slow it down will be the call from the coaching staff of the Stormers. Malchus needs to find a lengthy touch finder, and he's obliged.
It's a great kick from Malchus.
Good kick.
kicking that rhino ball that they use in this tournament. It's obviously different from the Gilbert that they use in the URC.
Well, it's very elongated, so it doesn't have the same pull through, but a good ball nonetheless.
Goes up as big Tom Barnard, son of Julian, who wins that line-up ball this time. And Stormers 23 rumble over the 22.
Well, that's another illegal sack, so surely the referee's got to go to his pocket. And I feel Mike, he's got that one wrong.
Big call here from Gareth Wright, calling out the referee. He's given the scrum to the Sharks, but they are back on their own 22. Remember, this is Stormers this is Stormers TV, everyone. So we'll say what we feel.
Yeah, the Moore was going forward. The Sharks player got in between and pulled it down illegally, so in my book. However, he didn't see it that way, and he's now given the scrum feed to the Sharks under 23 side.
Right, they've got Sazi Sunday and Henkes van Wyk licking their chops, getting ready to get stuck into them up front. As we see young Marcus Miller coming and greeting all his mates from school after making his Stormers debut.
Last year he was studying for history and biology. This year he's playing for the Stormers.
Unbelievable. Youngest ever Stormers player, age of 18, came on.
And great to see having a picture with his mates. Yeah, fantastic.
There's Everson with the put-in. Sharks 23 will want to get this one out quickly. I think that Stormers 23 pack is really... Even though they're a man down, to be fair, even though there's only 7 forwards, they're really shunting the scrum now. Be interesting to see what that scrum looks like once Fuller gets back on. Everson goes wide again. Still on the 22 though, haven't really made any ground. They're going to want to try and exit here. So far, 17 minutes gone here at DHL Stadium and no score in this coastal clash. JC Mars goes up for it. It's fumbled, but it was a Sharks hand that knocked it on first. So the Stormers 23 have the advantage. We'll see another scrum, and this time it'll be with a full complement of 8 as Fuller takes the field again, Gareth.
And the contestable kicking game has become so incredibly important. A lot of time being spent on it. I know in the junior ranks down at this union. So scraps, as they call it, vital that you spend time of it and you win it.
How useful is it to have a player like JC Mars, who obviously has got a lot of experience at fullback, operating on the wing? You know, when the contestables are going to be going up, very comfortable under the high ball. It's obviously something he works hard at week in, week out.
And great to see him firstly back on the field, Mike. He's been littered with a number of injuries over the years, so good to see him making and forcing his way back into the fray. However, he's winning the scraps, which is vital for his side.
Yeah, I mean, a really exciting youngster, isn't he? I mean, another kid that came with big raps from school. So that's one of those scrum cap killers from All Boys High with the devastating step. So, yeah, that's another great thing about this tournament. I mean, yes, the guys who are trying to push, the senior players are getting game time, trying to push to get into the kind of the Stormers squad, match day squad, but also the young players getting game time against quality opposition, really able to grow their game so that when they're given an opportunity in the senior side, then they match fit and they can take it.
And likewise for the older fellas. So you look at a bloke like Darmani, Henkes van Wyk, you see all these guys, Connor Evans, they need to stay match ready. So wonderful initiative from SA Rugby, and great to see some of these guys, these more mature souls, if I can call them that, getting a run.
Oh, but I was saying earlier, Stormers are going on tour for the last 2 games of the regular season. Huge games against Ulster and Cardiff coming up. Every single player on this field will want to be on that plane.
Absolutely.
I mean, apart from anything else, they're here to prove themselves. Okay, after a bit of a delay, it looks like we're going to get back underway here. 8 versus 8 in the scrum.
Well, now the Stormers have had the mockers on the Sharks at scrum time. You'd expect all 8 now to that back 5 working hard to try and earn a penalty for his side. It's up to Van Wyk, the front row of Van Wyk, Buckers and Sunday. Sizable fellas, those 3 guys.
Referee not happy with the bind there. It's been all action here, even though we haven't had any points. So the players maybe just catching their breath and regrouping.
One of my bugbears, Mark, is that as a coach you want the ref to ref the game, not coach the game. So ref what you see, please don't coach it.
Right, yeah, I mean, they're guys, that's their focus, that's their job, to be the coach. Referee's just got to make it as fair as possible, I guess. Let's see if we can get a result on the scrum. It's a good hit from the Stormers 23.
Great hit from Veg, Sandy and Bacchus.
And they turn it on now with the advantage. Here goes Ngobeni
Free
to
play.
Malchus. Bull in midfield to Roche. Out to Mars. Let's see him go. He turns on the pace. Comes up to the 22. Forwards get there quickly. Sharks having a bite at the breakdown again, but illegally so, says the referee.
Oh, surely now.
And here we
Pocket
go.
time, yellow card coming.
Here's a little double blast. And it's going to be a timeout. One of the Sharks players take a seat in the halfway line.
Numerical advantage as Malchus finds a touch about 12 or so meters out, and it is the right winger in Scott Nell who's found himself 10 minutes in the sin bin.
Looks very confused about it, Gareth. Asking the big questions there of his bench.
Well, illegally so at the breakdown, hence the yellow card. Now the Stormers' last two mauls have garnered lots of momentum and meterage. So now, can Bacchus find Connor Evans? Can they rumble it over from close quarters?
I mean, we're in striking range, aren't we?
Got to make it count now.
About 10 meters out. This is a great opportunity to open the scoring. 20 minutes gone in this SA Under-23 Cup match. Evans calls it on himself again. Oh, it goes in the front to Darmani. Nice little move there. Bacchus trucks it up and gets good forward momentum. They're right there now. Again, forwards doing the hard work. Met tigerishly in defence there by the Sharks Under-23, who come away with it. But again, referee didn't like that.
Well, surely you go to your pocket again. That's a third transgression inside the 22. Discipline key for both these sides, but this time it's the Sharks transgressing, and it'll be Malchus who will stick it into touch on the 5.
Malchus puts it into touch. It's a great little opportunity here for them all to go to work.
Well, the last one was a trick play around the front with Darmani linking up with Bacchus. Now, surely you want to hit Connor Evans and try rumble it over from close quarters. So it should be Bacchus finding Evans, and then they'll look to stack that more.
Question's got to be asked though. The right wing is off. You know, do you not want to go to the back? Oh, they go through, and yes, the try is scored. Powerful maul there. Called it by Gareth Wright. Is it that man, Devon Fuller?
In fact, it was Tom Barnard who took a nicety at line-out time, and it is Devon Fuller who opens the scoring down here at DHL Stadium. And look at the work done from Bacchus. He finds his jumper in Tom Barnard in the front. They set the drive, and then all 8 powered through that Sharks 8. And good work from Devon Fuller, who's come up with the goods for the Stormers Under-23 side.
Fuller really keeping that refs table busy. Yellow card, and now he comes up with the first try of the match as Malchus lines up the conversion from out wide. Tough one. Far on the right.
Well, he struck it very well, and he turned straight away. No, just shaving the upright. So it's Western Province Under-23 who lead this contest, and you just see Luther Bacchus finding Tom Barnard. They stacked the drive. Great work from Fuller and company, and then they had too much power for the Sharks 8 outfit, or Sharks 7 outfit, and they've got in for the opening score. So it is DHL Stormers Under-23 that lead this contest by 5-0 after 22 and a bit of change played in this contest.
Talk to us about that conversion, Gareth. As a right-footed kicker on the right-handed touchline, I mean, they don't come much tougher than that, surely.
Yeah, and of course the wind whistles through the stadium, a little bit of a breeze, so he just had to get his angles right, did Dominic Malchus. His radar wasn't on song, so it's Tian Meyer looking to get us going again. Of course they've got a man in the bin, so
Barnard with the take again, really putting his hand up here. Young player, of course he's in the junior Bok mix as well, isn't he? really showing what he's all about.
Scrappy ball for Ngabeni. He would have wanted that to be a little bit cleaner as the Sharks are piling in.
Sharks coming away. No! Another breakdown penalty. Referee just keeps blowing the penalties.
Well, the Stormers are lucky to get away with that. Scrappy ball at the breakdown, putting Ngabeni under the pump. However, it's gone the way of the Stormers. And Malchus has taken play up to just the other side of the Sharks, or the Stormers, should I say, 10-metre line.
Yeah, they'll take that, won't they? Another opportunity for the line-out. And after absorbing all that early pressure, finding themselves 5-0 up now, and a man to the good, really want to kind of make that dominance count.
Of course, they don't have a right wing to the Sharks, so if the Stormers are clever, they'll look to run before they kick.
Bacchus goes to Evans again, near the back. Wesley comes away with it, and it's Bacchus. He knows one way, Luca Bacchus. Built like a Sherman tank. And back over the ball. Ngubeni battling to get that one out. Stuck deep in there, and he puts it up high. Mars is after this one again. Bumped out of the way, but apparently that's fine. Big hit there from Fuller. Sharks now with an opportunity from their own half. Meyer, experienced Meyer, puts it to the boots. Malchus.
No one home.
Oh, that one's half charged. It's messy now. We're going to want to tidy this one up. There goes Wesley. Consolidates. Can they find some territory here? Can they put boot to ball in? Looks like the Sharks turn this one over, Gareth. Cut back inside, right into the traffic, and it's Evans. He knocks it on, unfortunately. So here we'll have a Sharks scrum just outside the 22. Bit of a messy passage of play there. I think everyone a little bit relieved that we're done with that and get started again with the scrum.
Well, from the restart, a really good contestable from Ngabeni. JC Mars was shepherded out the way. And then, of course, a charge down on Dominic Malchus.
See the Stormers 23 bench stretch their legs, led there by the experienced Gary Porter. Some really exciting talents that's going to be brought on in the second half. Got another little delay here as Henkes van Wyk gets some attention this time from Doc Sid.
Well, on those two loyal adversaries of the Stormers, they've been around for years and years. They live in Amanus, they hop in their car for every home game, venture down the N2, and they are wonderful servants of the Stormers brand.
The Kuchlenbergs are their names, Gareth. Yes, well over 200 Stormers games attended over the years. Really live and breathe for this team.
And their house in Hermanus is quite something to behold. Blue and white till I die, great to see.
Yep, there isn't a piece of merch they don't have. Very, very loyal to the brand for sure. Another delay here. 25 minutes gone. Just one try in it so far.
Looks like big Henkes van Wyk receiving a bit of running repairs.
What's got to be encouraging for the crowd though is the character shown by the Stormers 23. Put under pressure early, absorbed the pressure, down a man, didn't concede any points. Now they've really got an opportunity to get their teeth stuck into the Sharks outfit. Man to the good.
Well, they want to win this game because if they get 5 points and they have the Lions next week in Cape Town. So if they are to stand any chance to play in this under-23 final, they need to win today.
Yeah, I mean the key is that there are no semi-finals in this tournament, so we go straight to a final. You've got to be the top two teams on the log.
Well, only 4 teams, Mark.
Yeah. So yeah, with 2 losses on the trot, really it is that I think they're going to need to win the last 3 games.
And they were right in that contest against the Bulls last week. Just 1 or 2 incidents just didn't go their way. So now scrum feed for the Sharks. What can they conjure up? But the Stormers will be wanting to put the heat on this pack of the Sharks. They've been really good in this department, have the Stormers at, and there they go again.
Sharks come away with it. Everson feeds Meyer. And they go wide, even though they're a man down. Trying to stretch the Stormers 23 defense. Managed to hold on to the ball. Everson doing some digging. Daimoni getting stuck in there on defense. Stormers 23 hard off the line, meeting them, driving them back to the 10 meter. Once again, up quickly, Bull makes a big hit and the ball is spilt. Defense turns into attack.
No one home because they're man down. Pick and go.
Here we go, there's
Barnard.
Tom Barnard. Making more meters than his father ever did. He gets it to Ngubeni. Barnard again with the second effort. Phenomenal work from the big man.
They've got numbers out wide of the Stormers 23.
He's got to go now though, Ngubeni's got to send it. Malcha shoves it out to Daimoni. Great hands to Roche. Here goes JC Mars into the 22. Silky handling there from the Stormers 23. And Van Wyk puts his head down. He knows one way, doesn't he? Ngubeni goes digging again. And Daimoni with a great little pass. And it's Roche. Johnny Roche cruises over for the try. That's the magic man, Hachiva Daimoni. That's what he brings in those wide channels.
Great play from the Stormers under 23. They went one way, came back into the blind side, and picked up that the Sharks left winger had picked up an injury, found the space, and fantastic finishing from the inside centre in the form of Johnny Roach. Great work from Daimoni. Soft hands. Roach found the space, and he's in for the Stormers 23 second try of the afternoon.
Well, there were two defenders on Hachiva there, weren't there? And that's what created the space. As Dominic Malchus pops over the penalty, and we're now up to 12-0 after 27 minutes here at DHL Stadium.
And that just shows you the importance of staying on the field. They've conceded 12 points of the Sharks with that yellow card. Look at the play from Ezekiel Ngubeni. Great hands from Daimoni. Just held his feet, and the pop up to Roach. Easy as you like, in for a 7-pointer.
I suppose the point's got to be made, Gareth. If Scott Nell was on the right wing there, it might not have been such an easy try. I mean, that's exactly the gap. But the key is Stormers 23 were able to identify that space. They were able to get the ball into that area and make it count.
Absolutely, and of course their left winger in Maurice Willems has picked up an injury, so he cried off, and that's where the space was found. It was a 2-on-1 that became a 2-on-0, and not good news for the left wing of the Sharks as Williams' afternoon has come to an end. It looks like he's done himself a leg ailment, Michael.
Nell's doing that thing where they start standing up and get antsy and want to get back on. They've been sitting on the naughty chair for 10 minutes. So it looks like he's going to be back on the pitch before long.
And what a costly 10 minutes has been. He's conceded 12 points, has that yellow card.
Meyer gets us underway again, hangs it high. That is Daimoni under it, safe as houses that. Nice little step there. Explosive runner, Hachiva Daimoni. Can you tell I'm a fan? Ngubeni gets it out to Sazi. As I said, the wonder from Makanda. Making good meters. Just outside the 22. Now they're going to look to exit. Ngubeni's going to put it up high again for Mars to chase once more. Mars has been busy under the high ball today and shows his worth there. Slaps the ball down. Great commitment and defense from Ngubeni. Little man got down, made the hits. Sharks now with a chance to run, but they're in their own half. What can they do? Everson trying to get things organized for his team. Still down a man.
Yes.
Looks like he's going to try the high ball. It's a good kick, to be fair. And it's Mars. It's safe under it.
Oh, it's tackled in the air. Surely that's a penalty. Now they've got space out wide of the Stormers under 23 if they can move it. Of course, the right wing is still off the field. So the outside backs are calling for it.
Assistant referee didn't see that one. It's pretty clear from up here. Ngubeni now shaping. We've got the battle of the box kicks at the moment. That one is hanging high, and again, it's that man Mars under it. And he disrupts it. Ngubeni hacks it through, and there goes big Tom Barnard, hunting down Tian Meyer. Sharks with what looks like a cross kick. It's worked out for them in the end. I'm not sure if it was intended. Now it's lost forward, and it's broken play. Here we go, Johnny Roche. What can he do? Gets over the gain line, and the forwards steaming. Goes wide now. Stormers 23 consolidating on the 10 meter. Evans puts his head down, mashes into them. It's a quick ball from Ngubeni, and Marcus tries the cross kick.
Great work.
For
Now,
Mars, he's got it. Oh, and he's ducked under the tackle. It's phenomenal work from
he's
JC
got a
Mars.
man on the
now
inside.
he shows
Just
his
needs
pace.
to pass.
Oh, Malchus just knocks it on with the try line begging.
JC Mars held on to it for too long. It just needed an earlier pass. Frenetic play from the left winger. And as you see on the replay, yeah, he ducked under the tackle. He needed the pass to go to Malchus.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay, point taken.
That
But
was
how
a
well
poor
did he do,
pass.
first of all, to catch the ball and then duck under the prospective tackle? Great work. Just showing how a player like that can spark something, can create something out of nothing. Malchus linking up with JC Mars. Just not being able to finish.
Tell you who's come to light here is young Tom Barnard. Well, he's put in a stellar performance. You touched on the fact that his dad, Julian, was a former lock himself, played many games for Teljoy Boland, and of course 1 or 2 for the Stormers. Of course, the man described it with a heart the size of an ant's kneecap, Julian, but Tom Barnard, well, he's been industrious to say the least, and he's been physical, which has been really prominent in this Western, or this Stormers under 23 course.
Gareth, I'd say there are probably more highlights in the 30 minutes that Tom Barnard's played today than Julia's entire career. How about you?
He's a little bit bigger than both you and I, Mark. Right, scrum time now. The Stormers have had the wood over the Sharks here. Now, what can they get going here? Van Wyk, Bacchus, and of course Sazi Sunday have really put in a proper shift in the opening 30-odd minutes.
Yeah,
Sharks want to have a quick heel and look to play from there. They don't want to get into an arm wrestle here.
They've been shunted once or twice already, haven't they? So surely the call will be, let's get it out, let's clear our lines. That Stormers 23 pack looking hungry. Damani, he's used at 7 quite often, but a devastating runner from the back of the scrum, Gareth.
He's also been used on the wing by the line. So, of course, many years ago, he's a exceedingly quick man and a man who wears many hats and of many talents.
Apparently, at the end of his time at Racing Metro, he was training on the wing almost exclusively. That's where they wanted to use him.
Well, he's a hybrid player. You look at Andre.
It's very in vogue at the moment. You know, everyone likes to talk about Andre Esterhuizen. There's the man of the people.
Siabonga and Tabeni.
Scurra Tabeni, what a guy. Always be the last player. He'll never say no to a selfie or an autograph. Legend of the game.
One club man, what a servant for this club here at the Stormers. Scurra and Tabeni, over 100 caps and finished up last week.
Okay, we're going to get underway here again. Good hit from the Stormers 23 pack.
Well, he has to feed the ball. It's a great hit from that pack. Yes, he's saying the scrum isn't stable, but it's because the Sharks are going back at the moment at a rate of knots.
Yeah, Everson, the Sharks scrum off, just making sure the referee can see the ball, holding it up nice and high, doing everything he can to try and get an advantage for his side.
Go.
So again, we'll reset. Scurra is just being swarmed here in front of us, Gareth. It's not one to say no too often, Scurra, to just about anything.
What a great human being, first and foremost. A really super rugby player, but more importantly, a fantastic human being.
Yeah, one of the good guys in our game. Yeah, and hopefully will be remembered for a long time for what he gave. A one-club player. Him and Francois Herber, the only 2 Stormers Centurions to never play for another club. It's quite something. Another big shove from the Stormers 23, but the Sharks managed to get that one out. Meyer hacks it out. It looks like it'll be a line out on the 22.
Rush takes it, and that's the heat coming on at scrum time from the Stormers 23. Now, what can they work here now? They've got 5.5 minutes till the break. They'll want another score with the Stormers 23 to give themselves a bit of breathing space come half time.
It's a great attacking opportunity, isn't it? 5 minutes to play.
Well, they've had such dominance at ball time. Now, it looks like a 6-man with a Lutawesi in the boot. Can bet your bottom dollar They're going to try again.
Fuller goes up, secures it. Wesley gives it to Ngubeni, goes to the back line. There's that man Mars stepping his way into the 22. Looks like he's being held up, but he's being rumbled towards the line, over the advantage line. Ngubeni, live wire, loses the ball, unfortunately, right in front of the poles. Needed to get rid of that more quickly, surely, Gareth.
Just frenetic play from the Stormers 23 that forged their way upfield right under those Sharks uprights. Just a little bit of patience required.
Yeah, I mean, 19-0 at halftime looks a hell of a lot better than 12-0 at halftime. So they'll be frustrated with that one.
Please sit down. It's the last time.
Again, I'm not one to moan about reset scrums, Gareth, but we're having a lot of time in between set pieces. It's making us work hard for our money today, you know. Having to fill a lot of time while the referee and the medics get the forwards ready to scrum. Marcus Muller soaking up every moment of a special day. Making his debut for the Stormers, still just 18.
Well, two things. He's got a wonderful mullet, firstly, and secondly, I reckon he'll be the last man to leave. Look at that smile.
Why wouldn't he?
Fantastic.
Look at those. Just needs a moustache and a moonbag. Not sure who's taken more selfies today, Muller or Scurra. But yeah, it really is fairy tale stuff, Gareth. I mean, age of 18, making a Stormers debut, coming on, and they've won 48-12 against Glasgow.
Well, you wonder if he'll be afforded a beverage tonight of his choice.
Okay, looks like we're ready to get underway here again. Everson making sure the referee can see the ball, holding it up nice and high. It's the feed, and here comes the heat again. It's a big shove from the Stormers 23, and the Sharks managed to scramble it away again. It's kind of a recurring
Counter-attack
theme.
opportunity now. Hartzenberg has seen precious little of the ball.
Oh, no, he hasn't had a chance to get into the game, has he, Slayman Hartzenberg? There goes Dylan Miller, the fullback. Another junior Springbok prospect. Hard running. You know, a fullback who's got experience at fly half. Stormers 23 chuck it up the middle. Here's their last chance to score before the break. And it's Hartzenberg with a little dink over the top. It's not often that you see him put boot to ball. Sharks 23 came through and there was a knock on, so it'll be an opportunity from the scrum.
A wonderful opportunity now. Midfield scrum, two sides to attack. Let's see what the Stormers under 23 can work here. They'll have an extra number somewhere, so surely you bring in a cut-out play, try halt one runner with two defenders and try conjure up some space out wide. Hartzenberg deciding to put boot to ball. Wasn't the best option, one might feel, but however, it's worked out for him.
Worked out all right, yeah. But what's the best play here, Gareth? Because they've had clear dominance at scrum time. Do they push the button? Do they go for the penalty? You know, like it's right in front of the poles. If Marcus kicks it over, that's 15-0 at half-time.
Well, offensively, you have to pull a man across onto the blind side. So if you go 8-9 and bring a block runner into the midfield, you should have an extra number on that right-hand side.
Ngubeni with the feed. That's a good hit. It looked like they want to win the penalty, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Referee's going to reset again. Sharks forwards can't be looking forward to scrum time at the moment. It's one of those situations where the ball gets knocked on and you just see their heads drop because they know what's coming.
You touched on Dylan Miller. Well, I tell you, this Stormers under 23 littered with guys from Rondebosch Boys High School. Wonderful, wonderful school. In fact, the best in the country. Of course, Miller. You see Vukazela on the bench. Tom Barnard.
Barnard, of course, yeah. No prizes
And
for guessing which
Wesley,
school Gareth
so
went to, everyone.
4 of them.
Two minutes before half-time. This is a key passage of play here. This could really have a massive impact on what the game looks like at half-time. What have they got up their sleeve? Scrum goes down and it's a pen.
Well, straight in front, what do? Do you go for the line out or do you take the 3 on offer?
If you were running touch there, would you be eager with the kicking team?
Well, they've had such dominance at line out time and at set phase time, at scrum time. So, good decision from the captain, and it's a good kick from Malchus.
It is a big call because a penalty there puts them more than 2 scores ahead. You know, something goes awry at the line out. I mean,
Well, Mike, the last line out they had in this part of the field, they ended up thundering it over through, of course, the effervescent Devon Fuller. So, will it be a copy and paste of that last line out?
Lynott has, the set piece in general has looked incredibly solid. Helmut Lehmann obviously doing a good job with that pack of forwards. It's Tom Barnard again, and they go to the front.
Surely
Just
penalty
short of the
tries,
line.
pulled it down again.
Referee doesn't mind that apparently, but they're right there now on the forwards. Henkes van Beek. Looks like this one again coming around the corner. Sazi Sandi puts his head down.
Pick and go coming here from the Stormers 23.
Got to make the most of this opportunity. Surely they've got right there on the try line now.
Patience required and body height here for the side.
Looks like it's going to be left up to the forwards. Backline don't seem too interested. Letting the big man out, but the ball comes loose as the siren goes. And it's slow ball now, Gareth. With the entire team bunched around the poles. There's no deception here. There's no doubting what the game plan is. Damoni getting involved there. They are right there, camped on the try line now. Just wave after wave of pick and goes. Quite a bit of space out here on the left if Malchus decides to call for it. It's pretty messy there, but they still retain possession. Gubeni goes digging. Have they got something special to cook up? Yeah, it goes out to Roche. Sharks under 23 meet them well on defense, drive them back about 5 meters. As they bustle through, is that Devon Fuller again, and he's over? Referee, skip and a jump.
Try time for Devon Fuller. Great work from the number 7 flank all the way from Paul Boys, and it's Devon Fuller, the SA under 20 player who's got in for his second of the afternoon. Great work from the ever-present Fuller. And he had too much muscle and strength for the Sharks pack. Just what the doctor ordered. Popped out to Roach. He got met well in defence by the Sharks side and then popped up to Fuller. Look at the line he ran. Great leg drive. Worked in contact. Pieterse was all over him, the Sharks captain, but to no avail. And that'll be half time. And it is the Stormers under 23 that lead their counterparts from KZN, the Hollywoodbets Sharks, by 19 points to 0.
Welcome back everyone here at DHL Stadium. Hope you've all had a chance to grab a little halftime helper, wet the whistle, as we settle in for the second half. It's been a solid performance so far from the DHL Stormers 23. We've seen 2 tries from Devon Fuller and as well as a yellow card for Fuller. So he's been busy. Managed to shut the Sharks under 23 out completely. Sharks under 23 have had their opportunities, but the Stormers 23 defense really stood up well, and we've seen set piece dominance. We've seen scrums and lineouts. Stormers 23 really getting stuck in, winning scrum penalties, getting some good maul meters, and also making good use of the high ball, contesting well. Guys like JC Mars, Chividan Mani really making his presence felt. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second half. Sharks 23 are going to have to do something. They're going to have to hit back soon if they're going to have any hope of pulling out a win here today. But yeah, honestly, the momentum looks like it's firmly with the home side. Got a decent amount of people who've stuck around to watch this team. Sharks under 23 finished their halftime meeting, now just waiting for the home side to get back out there. Here come the refs, so we'll be ready to get going pretty soon, I imagine. Conditions here in Cape Town still pretty good. Bit of cloud cover over DHL Stadium, but not much wind to speak of. So yeah, we obviously saw an amazing game from the Stormers against the Glasgow Warriors to go top of the log. 6 tries, great crowd. About 24,000 people came out here today. Yeah, and they really did step up in their last match at home for the playoffs. Of course now, just those 2 games, one in Ulster, one in Cardiff, before we know where we're going to end on the log. But at the moment, numero uno. Stormers 23, a little bit different, here they come. Having lost their last 2 games, this is really a must-win. Beyond being a must-win, I think a bonus point is going to be crucial. So they're going to want another try. Fuller getting 2 tries, of course. Johnny Roche going through for 1. So 1 more try secures that VP, and obviously if they can get their points difference as high as possible, that'll also help with their playoff push. Dominic Malchus has been impressive, running the show. Zakil Ngubeni, his halfback partner. Doesn't look like there have been any changes at half-time. But of course, some decent talent on the bench, so I'm sure we'll see some good rugby in the second half as Malchus gets us underway. And you can see Suleiman Hassenberg chasing that one hard. Him and Roche, the Bishop's boys, make the tackle. Sharks secure it just outside their 22. Tino Mavaseri, the Zimbabwean, takes it up for the Sharks. As Everson goes digging. It's not quick ball, that's for sure. Looks like a bit of a minor there, the amount of digging that Everson's having to do. Not sure if he's ever spent much time in Kimberley. Balls bounces. Miller gets it out to Malchus. It's a loose pass. Malchus does well to mop it up as I welcome Gareth Wright back on comms. Stormers 23 secure the ball, but it looked a bit ropey there at one point. Here's Ngubeni as they just calm things down a bit. That man Fuller, 2 tries and a yellow card in the first half. Lutawesi is going in to help out Ngubeni. Looks like this one's going to the sky again. Roche getting ready to chase. Hartenberg under it. Oh no, but Sharks come away with it. Simpiwe Ngubisi in the right place at the right time. Had a little visit from Tom Barnard's father at halftime, Gareth. Apparently we've been getting some comments. We've been picking on him.
He's a big boy. I'm sure he can take it.
That he can. Tion Meyer looking for a kick. Was that a 50-22 option? Just bounces up. Unlucky. Good idea. Malchus returns. And it's right down the touchline. Sharks will have the ball just outside the 10 metre.
A good space spotted by Meyer, and he put ball to boot, and an efficient clearance from Dominic Marcus. He would have hoped for a little bit more distance.
But let's be real, Gareth. Sharks under 23 have to punch first in the second half. I mean, if they concede first against Stormers 23 now, then they're really going to be up against it. Sharks under 23 go to midfield. Contest at the breakdown. Stormers 23 not letting them get away with anything. Ngubeni, Van Wyk makes the tackle, belying his, and it's a turnover ball as well. Great tackle from Van Wyk. Fuller spreads it wide, and through is that Lucanio Vukuzela who's on the field.
He's replaced Luka Bacchus at halftime.
Great kick from Ngubeni. Spotting the space available. 50-22 is on. It's great vision from the young scrum half. And Suleiman Hartenberg is there. He knows it's his throw-in. That's a big win for the Stormers 23. Great tackle from the veteran Henkes van Wyk. Turnover ball in midfield. Heads up play from Ngubeni and pinpoint kick to put them right on the money in the 22.
And great man management after having conceded possession and been stuck in your own half for the opening stands of the second half. And there you see Ezekiel Ngubeni, of course, a product of Tygerberg High School, represented Marty's with aplomb in the Varsity Cup, and now he's found his way into this under 23 Stormers mix.
There's Lucanio Vukuzela with his first line-out. Stormers 23 line-out's been solid. Goes to Tom Barnard at the front, and it's all in on the maul. Powerful drive towards the line. This looks like a sure thing. Is this the bonus point, Gareth?
Real dominance
They're
shown.
over the line for sure.
Surely it must be a try.
Hold up. So, of course, that'll be a dropout, a goal line dropout.
Oh,
No real reward for the dominance shown there.
Yeah, we see on the replay again. It's Tom Barnard again. They're giving him front ball. Up he goes. They stack that drive well. Looked like Fuller was in for his hat-trick. Coming in from the side were the Sharks players.
Yeah, blind eye turns to that one, unfortunately.
They'll feel a little bit
We'll have
aggrieved.
to wait a bit longer for the bonus point try.
So Mayer to get us underway yet again. Now, does he whack it deep, or does he stick it up into heavens and let his pack compete from a contestable? And he's decided just to kick it to Josh Bull.
Here goes Bull, hard running, hard hitting centre. Takes it up just short of the 22. Ngubeni gets it out quickly. Oh, well done by Mani for leaving that for Evans. Gets over the advantage line, places it well. Malchus with the quick hands, and Roche hits the line at pace. Great little out the back, and it's Fuller in for his hat-trick and the bonus point. Beautiful rugby from the Stormers 23 there, Gareth.
Brilliant work by Roach, and quick hands has once again come up trumps for the Stormers under 23, and it's Devon Fuller who has had a red letter days in for his hat-trick. Great work by the Stormers 23. Quick hands, Roach picked a good line, the chicken wing out the back, and then Fuller pinned his ears back. Managed to evade two of those tackles, and he's got in for a try in the corner. And it will be Malchus. You can add the extras now and take this game right away from the Sharks.
There were two Sharks players trying to force Fuller into touch, but he was having none of it. Some might say he's had a stormer today, Gareth.
So now, can Malchus add the extras? You'll need to start this on the right hand upright, bring it in from right to left. Strike is solid, and unfortunately for him, he's just slid off it as Dominic Malchus. However, it is the Stormers 23 side who lead by 24-0. Here's a try again. Roach picked a good line out the back of the hand, and great finishing from Fuller. Despite the attempts of the Sharks, it is the Stormers who are in for their fourth try of the afternoon.
Beautiful, and that all-important bonus point in the back pocket, beginning of the second half. 24-0, 35 minutes to play. Sharks under 23 are going to have to do something, and they're going to turn this around, but it's not looking likely. There goes Evans. He's having a great game so far. Good contest in the air from the Sharks, to be fair, and they won the ball back. Here they come. Right up to the 22. That man Fuller making the tackle again. Meyer spreads it wide. And it's Mbanambi who loses it this time. Stormers 23 up to the 10 metre. Here goes Ngubeni. Malchus, what's he going to do? Another cross kick. And as JC Mars gobbles that one up, and now he can stretch his legs. There he goes, steps his way over halfway, and he's still on his feet. Amazing play from JC Mars. Offload just goes awry, but they've managed to retain it, and here they come again. JC Mars is really providing a spark, isn't he, Gareth?
Another penalty advantage. Great play from Malcha, spotting the space. A free hit here as Suleiman Hartzenberg has spilled that one, but they'll go back for yet another penalty at the breakdown.
Wesley did so well to get that ball away, and just unfortunately, Sully Hartzenberg there couldn't hold on. It looked like it was on the outside. Johnny Roche calling for it.
Touchline surely is the call.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's about scoreboard pressure now, is it?
Well, they've got the bonus point now. They want to get their points difference right up there to the Stormers 23 side as Malchus puts in a iffy kick, one might add.
Been really impressed with JC Mars. I mean, we've seen Damien Willemse being used on the wing by the Stormers over the last couple of weeks. You know, his prowess in the air, obviously an important factor there. Now we've got another fullback playing on the wing, really come into his own. He's got a couple of opportunities to run at the opposition from cross kicks from Malchus.
And great space spotted by Malchus. The deft toughness of the pivot has really come up trumps this afternoon.
Evans with the line. It's another. And it's Daimoni goes straight through. Great little line out move. And there's the 5th try. Achiever, Magic Man, Daimoni. He's always got something up his sleeve, doesn't he?
Yeah. Special play from the Stormers 23 side, and it's Daimoni who's got him for the 5th try. As the crowd find their voice here at DHL Stadium.
Let's take another look at this line out move.
It's a peel around the front. Great work by Evans. And the dummy peel to Daimoni, and then it just opened up in front of him. The ankle tap to boot, however, too late for.
Look at how quick he is out the blocks, though. It's almost like a sprinter out the starting blocks. And it's that explosive pace. You know, the forwards, they're tired. We're into the 48th minute. The big men, the legs are starting to feel heavy. All of a sudden, you got Achiever just putting the hammer down. Going to be tough to stop. Malchus lines up another one.
He struck it sweetly, and it's this time it's away to the right, Malchus.
To the right again.
But look at the try scored by Achiever Daimoni. The dummy play up front, the peel around the front, and it has proved fruitful for the man with the peroxide of blonde hair, Achiever Daimoni.
Well,
try number 5 for the Stormers 23.
He's got his own shoe brand, doesn't he? And there was some fancy footwork there from Daimoni, I think you could agree. There he is again. They've kicked on him. Sharks just can't get enough of him, it seems. Just outside the 22 now, Stormers 23.
Use!
Ngubeni goes to the air, and again it'll be Mars to chase. It's really all happened on his wing today, hasn't it? Good contest in the air. It looks like the Sharks under 23 have managed to win that one back.
Now the Sharks have to run. They have to throw caution to the wind here, Mark. They have to run as they find themselves well adrift on the scoreboard.
Yeah, good double tackle there made in midfield. Sazi Sunday putting in the work. The Sharks going wide again. And it's lost at the point of contact.
And because of the scoreboard pressure after 50 minutes, the Sharks are so far adrift here, they have to force the play. Great defense by the Stormers 23, getting up in the faces. As we see, it looks like MK clearly Kuzwayo is entering the fray, and he's going to replace Henkes van Wyk, who's had a very good afternoon at set piece time. Job done for the big journeyman Lucette Henkes van Wyk.
MK Kuzwayo, the UCT prop, big future this guy has. And how keen do you think that Sharks back is going to be for another scrum? You see MK Kuzwayo sprinting to the scrum. He can't wait to get stuck into those forwards from Durban. Another lengthy chat from the referee. I'm not sure who's done more talking today, us or him, Gareth.
Oh, great to see him on Cricken shot there with Luther Buck as well. I played with that man. He's as tough as nails, was Luther Buckus. Good to see him shouting for his young man, Luca Buckus, of course. And many will remember him, the tough number 8 from Griqualand West in those days.
Of course,
If he hit you, you stayed hit.
there's the Kimberley connection between the Stormers technical analyst, Simon Crick. Not steady. Another reset.
It's happening. Let's go again. Please.
We've seen 5 tries from the Stormers 23, Gareth. Obviously all coming in the last kind of half an hour of play. We've also seen a lot of standing around waiting for scrums to be reset. Hopeful from the point of view that it allows the big men to catch their breath.
And we see Carl Smith, he's gone into the fly position, replacing Dominic Malchus.
Looks like it's just Smith for Malchus. Carl Smith, of course, some good Currie Cup experience. Another youngster with a bright future. Solid scrum from the Stormers 23. And it's Darmani off the base. It's Fuller running today. Bit of a sloppy pass, but Mars manages to clean things up. Gives it that textbook step and over the halfway. Here goes Lucanio Vocazela with a little ball out the back. And it's Smith with a little flip pass. Oh, great hands from the Stormers 23. Here comes Vocazela, another Rondebosch boy. And he's going to put his head down and make meters for the team every time. Dylan Miller, great little step. Gets over the advantage line, places the ball well. What can they do now? Looks like they're going to go to the big men. Evans trucks it up midfield. Ball's available quickly from Ngubeni. There goes Smith and Roche. Little show, little go. Back over halfway. Not making much ground here, the Stormers 23. They've got the breakdown penalty again.
Well, pretty fortunate, the Stormers 23. I thought they'd overplayed their hand. They went through 6 phases before they got the penalty. Didn't make any meterage from the carries. However, it's a penalty that's gone their way, and it'll be Carl Smith now who's entered the fray to try find touchdown that Greenpoint stand side.
Carl Smith's going to look to get into the 22 here, just outside it looks like. Another chance for that line-out maul to go to work, Gareth.
I see.
Well, we had a special play the last time around that resulted in a try for Hatuva Darmani. So now what have they got up their sleeve, this Stormers under 23 side?
Kanyo Vocazela showing some real intent since getting on the field in the second half.
No. Back.
He'll be the one to put it in. It's been solid. Another ball secured at the front, and this time it goes to the back line. Roche with a great line over the 22. Another player with very little respect for his body, Johnny Roche.
Another penalty advantage for the Stormers under 23 side. Pulled up
The cross kick. Slayman Hartenberg's going to chase this one with the advantage. It's a great kick in the end, but they'll come back. And again, referee opting to use the whistle rather than go to his pocket.
And it's offside yet again from this Sharks 23 side. Their discipline at the breakdown, and of course at set piece time, has really let them down this afternoon. As we
Carl
see
Smith on the 22 now, so he'll nudge this right close to the try line. Give the forwards another chance.
that's a good kick from Smith. He's put it on the 5, so real opportunity now for the forwards to start up that diesel engine and get it going again.
You get quiet and do your job.
Sully Hartenberg here, stalking the touchline,
Then you can maybe do a better job.
looking for that cross kick.
Thank you.
We've seen him score some great tries in that corner before for the Stormers. Here's Vocazela with the line-out feed again. Darmani goes up, and it looks like this is a conventional maul. Is that another try for Divan Fuller? 4 tries. The man's got a bonus point on his own, Gareth.
Good, better Fuller. They'll be singing in the streets of Paarl tonight. Great work again by Divan Fuller. Try number 4, easy as you like, from the line out. Pinpoint accuracy from Vocazela. Found Darmani, and then the pack did the rest.
He's scoring tries for fun, isn't he? Look at that power. Not much interest shown by the Sharks forwards there, stopping him, to be fair.
Well, this could get very messy for the Sharks 23 outfit. I want to show a bit of resolve and fight. However, the Stormers will be looking to copy and paste and keep that scorecard ticking over as Carl Smith has taken over the kicking duties.
So we saw the Stormers pick up a 48-12 win against Glasgow this morning. This goes over, it's 36-0. It's the same points difference. Difference is 56 minutes in. Smith puts it over, 36-0. Dominance here from the Stormers 23.
Great work from Carl Smith. Had in the extras, but it was the pack who did the hard yards. Look at Darmani, and then they clambered in around Fuller. He had enough power, strength and pace to get in. Try number 4 for Devon Fuller.
It's getting messy now. Meyer trying anything from the restart to get his team back into the game. Doesn't go 10 metres. It's looking like a bit of an uphill battle here for the men from eThekwini.
Well, again, a scrum feed to the Stormers 23 side in the middle of the field. Great attacking opportunity, as we say. Farewell to JC Mars as he is replaced by Mfundo and Lovu, the 7 specialist. He's had a workmanlike performance as Mars, and he'll be well pleased with his efforts this afternoon.
Let me tell you, Gareth, I mean, this team opened the season with a win in Durban. And the key player on that day was Mfundo and Lovu, who scored 2 tries at Kings Park, without which they wouldn't have got the win. So let's see what he can do again against the men from Durban.
A 21-10 victory in that opening round, and since then they haven't tasted success, have the Stormers under 23. Well, they're looking to right those wrongs this afternoon, and they find themselves well ahead on the scorecard. 36-0. Scrum feed now for Nkobeni, and the pack will want to start moving it forward.
What do you know? It's another reset. Just to change it up here. Can you hear the referee blow his whistle again?
Keep back, please. One bite. Yeah. I'll give you time, but don't go clutch. Okay. Paint a picture for me, please.
Well, it's good to see that some of the crowd are still stuck around for this under 23 fixture. Of course, handing out flags are those wanting them for the Stormers. Great victory by the Stormers to get their URC campaign back into life. Top of the table now, and with 2 games to go, they'll be wanting to secure a home quarter final for the DHL Stormers. Of course, now back to the action here. It's Stormers under 23 with a very favourable position, a scrum feed in midfield, and if they can get the right shoulder, it could free up Daimani and Nkobeni.
It's a solid scrum from the Sharks, which we haven't been able to say much today, but again, penalty advantage, so they'll have a go. Here goes Smith, and Nkobeni loops around. Yes, he's got some wheels, and look at Suleiman Hartenberg down the touchline, elbow into touch, but that was a really well-worked move from the Stormers 23, Gareth.
But surely no advantage. Go back for the penalty on halfway, give the advantage there, kick into touch, and the line-out will be yours. Great work from the wraparound from Smith, the deft touch of the fly-off, and Nkobeni looped around nicely, fed Hartenberg in space. Good cross-covering defence from the Sharks, just an ankle tap.
We saw Ezekiel Nkobeni play on the wing earlier in the season, so obviously he's got the gas and showed it there. Stretched his legs, and of course with the likes of Asad Moors on the bench as well, he'll no doubt add something when he comes on. Sharks with the line out now, no contest from the Stormers 23. They truck it up the middle. They got to pull a rabbit out the hatch here. Oh, and it's Mavaseri who races away. This guy's got wheels too. The big Zimbabwean. Probably the Sharks player with the most URC experience in their lineup today.
Advantage, darling.
And they've got advantage. So let's see what they can do with it here. Oh, fortunately, cough it up immediately. But Stormers 23 not rolling away at the breakdown. So this surely will go to the corner.
Poor defensive set from the Stormers. It opened up in front of the open side flanker in Mavaseri, and now they will go to try and find the sanctity of the touchline through the boot of Meyer.
We've been talking about Chiba Daimani, but Tino Mavaseri is also another loose forward with some serious pace.
Mark, I have to correct you. He's not from Zimbabwe, he's from Zambia.
I'm never going to live that one down.
Yeah, he showed some good wheels, did the open side flank of the Sharks. And there you see Sazi Sunday. His afternoon has come to a halt as he is replaced by Herman Libber, the prospect
Libber.
coming out of Stellenberg High School. Now, can the Sharks get over for what would be their first of the afternoon, break their duck?
It's a great shift from Sazi. Really put his opposite number under pressure at scrum time. Was involved in the tight loose. I think safe to say he's ready, if he gets the call, to step up for the Stormers. Sharks with an attacking line out now. What can they do? They got something up their sleeve. Great contest from Connor Evans. That's a clutch play on the try line. But somehow the Sharks come away with the penalty, and there's a monster of a hit from Evans. Absolutely melted the scrum off there. Sharks have managed to hold on to it, and they're knocking on the door here, looking for their first points of the afternoon, Gareth. It's, again, very messy there at the point of contact. Some serious digging happening.
Advantage.
Oh, the Stormers 23 have won it back. And they can spread it now. If they can get through here, shift it. Some crazy offloading happening in the in-goal area. Roche is sat back down. They'll come back for the scrum, I think. There was a knock-on.
Looking to show a bit of enterprise with the Stormers 23, however, Johnny Roach got met well in defence by Tiama. Good tackle technique, and he saved the Sharks' blushes as the Stormers 23 had numbers out wide, as we see a surfeit of replacements coming on for the Sharks in the form of Tembo, Etzebeth and Mayana, the front row.
You say Etzebeth?
Christoph Etzebeth.
The other Etzebeth. We've got Mbanambi and Etzebeth. He kept playing for the Sharks today. It's not Bongi and Eben. Changes for the Stormers 23 as well. Ezekiel Ngubeni, he's been busy today. Asad Moos gets a chance. Last 18 minutes here to see what he can do.
Let's go.
Well, Ezekiel Ngubeni, he's had a stellar performance this afternoon. He really has galvanized the Stormers under 23 side, and he's put in a shift that he can be well proud of.
Marty's captain, and yeah, another really bright prospect for the future. Good competition in that position. I mean, we saw Kobus Reinach go off with the knee injury today. Not sure how much involvement he's going to have in the rest of the season. So it's going to be up to guys like Imi Khan, Steph Ungara, and then maybe beyond that, guys like Ngubeni and Moos might get an opportunity.
Get that dust out, feather duster, Devot Duvanacher, H38.
He won't let you down.
Well, a man who's supposedly going to hang up his boots at the end of the season, well, he needs to go find some dubbin and polish those boots for Duvanacher. Anyway, back to the action here. Asad Moose has entered the game now, and the Stormers 23 will be looking to exit efficiently. And it's this area of the game that they've had real dominance over the Sharks at scrum time as well as line-out time. Their pack has really laid the foundation.
Set piece has been humming for sure. Dalmani's got it at the back there, and he's going to go on his own and make some ground. There goes Suleiman Hartenberg dancing down the touchline. And it's that man Fuller who cleans up again onto the 22.
Tackling is fine, but tackling needs to roll.
It's going to make things easier. Another chance to get upfield.
Goes rolling away, number 21.
Not rolling away, the Sharks that time. Dylan Miller with the left foot. Made sure of his touch that time. And it's Fuller who's come off after a 4-try display. Great shift put in by Divan Fuller. I'd imagine as Aiden Norris has replaced him. Ball one at the top of the line out. Smith goes out to Bull. Straight up the middle. Not scared of getting stuck in, old Josh Bull, is he? MK Kuzwayo cleans up. The Stormers 23 have still got it. Wessie ducks under one. Asad Moos, some good, clean, quick service as Smith goes long. Yeah, what can Scott Nell do? He gets the offload away, but sure. Playing a bit of rugby in their own half, the Sharks, they've got to make something happen. At this point, they're just trying to get something to show for their efforts this afternoon, being nilled.
Jean Lutz is now looking to put the contest all up. Of course, he's now replaced Everson in front of the kicker that was from the Sharks.
The high ball, and the Stormers 23 have secured it, plus the penalty. It's taken quickly by Moose, and he races through. Got very little support though. They're going to have to arrive quickly if they do. Stepping, that's Miller. Moose is back on his feet, feeding Smith. Bull with the ball over the top. Sully Hartzenberg gets a chance. What's he going to do? Steps inside. Good option. Moose is there again. Here goes Connor Evans. Great little ball to Herman Libber. It's a large piece of meat, old Herman Libber. Great ball to Vukuzela. He's like a cannonball. Look at him. Stays on his feet, gets those legs driving right up to the 22. Nice little step inside. And it was forward.
This is penalty number 4 for offside play. Surely, as the captain, you go have a quiet word in the ear of the referee saying, when do you go to the pocket?
Yeah, I just hope he still got that yellow card. Last saw it about the 20-minute mark. Since then, it's gone AWOL.
Well, if you're a betting man, you reckon it's a 8-man line-out
Please get it behind, please.
and the more coming?
The thing is, Gareth, they've got quite a few forwards that have just joined. Right, so they've got fresh legs up front. I think it's a completely new front row. The whole front row's on. They'll be eager to get stuck into this Sharks pack and show what they can do. As I say that, the ball comes off the top. Because why does well to secure it. Goes most great. Again, it's Vukuzela running hard. Connor Evans does well to take a knee-high pass. Quick ball from Moose. Was that on? Doesn't matter, they've still got it. And again, it's another penalty not rolling away.
Surely you want a scrum here. You've had such dominance at scrum time. Call for the scrum.
It's a bit of copy-paste with the Sharks giving away breakdown penalty after breakdown penalty.
It looks like he's going to have a chat now. No more. It's in the danger zone here, the red zone. They've given away a vast number of penalties of the Sharks under 23 side. And having a chat to Hanu Pieterse, the captain of the Sharks under 23 side.
Yet another heart-to-heart with the referee. They've opted for the scrum. You're a Mitcham man, Gareth. If you call it before the captain.
Well, you just need a right shoulder. Darmani is so incredibly quick off the base of that scrum. So he'll need to just ask Herman Libber, the man up front, to give him that shoulder so he can have a run at the replacement flav in Juan Lot.
Yeah, Chivas look really switched on, hasn't he? He's obviously got a point to prove.
Yeah. He's had a very impressive game as Darmani. It just looks like it is
Number
Mtembo.
7 scores 4 tries. The number 8's doing well to stand out.
Just looks like Mtembo has got a bit of cramp, so that's not going to help them at scrum time.
Running repairs for the Sharks. See the die-hard fans that have stayed around to watch 150 minutes of rugby so far this afternoon. These are the people that really want to understand who's coming through, who's the next wave of talent. They want to be able to tell their friends, I saw that guy before he played for the Stormers. And they've been royally entertained, as I said, 36-0 in this game, 48-12 the game before this. Between them, 12 tries from teams wearing the blue and white stripes today.
Mikey went to Rhodes, 84 points that adds up to.
Did not do maths at Rhodes, but yeah, luckily you got taught at Rondebosch.
Right, scrum feed now for Moose. Can Darmani just get that right shoulder? I can guarantee you if he picks from the base here, he'll be in under the bar. He's got searing pace as Hachiva Darmani.
It's a reset scrum and a chat from the ref. Right, here we go. Looks like we're finally going to get underway again. Submerged with the feed. Solid stuff. And it goes to Smith, who jinks his way through right up to the try line. Can they secure that though? The Sharks in over it. Slow ball again for the Stormers 23. Looks like the Sharks have got it back though. They've done well there. And they've got to hack it away. That has not found touch though. Here's an opportunity for Dylan Miller. What's he going to do? He's got Slayman Hartzenberg with him. Doesn't need him. Whoa! Bumps off his opposite number. Back into the 22, onto the attack of the Stormers 23. MK Kuzwaya with nice hands there. There goes Connor Evans. Gives it out to Josh Bull. And the captain is through. Did he get that down? Referee says yes, thank you. Josh Bull with the 7th try for the Stormers 23 today.
Well, great work and great finishing from Josh Bull, who's overcome a lengthy injury and pulled out the back door from the Stormers. Good straight, hard running. Great work from the forwards and backs alike. Spun into the wider channels. Evans fed Bull, and then Bull pinned his ears back and he got in the gap between the Sharks defenders for try number 7 this afternoon.
And it was the big man who kind of did the deft touches there. That was nice to see. MK Kuzwaya with a nice little pull pass. Then Connor Evans with the money ball at the end. You know, often, especially talking about tight forwards, they get the ball in the 22. They're putting their head down and they white line fever. But a good game awareness there for them to put the backs into space.
Now, Ken Smith had the extras. His first strike was solid as you like. He's got 5 seconds to add the conversion. Strike is away to the left. A little bit rushed was Carl Smith, and it is DHL Stormers under 23 that lead this contest by 41-0.
41 zip here. Question on everyone's mind. 9 points to go for the half century, I guess. Sharks decide to go deep this time. Going short last time didn't work out so well for them. Straight to Daimani again. He gets another chance to run at them. Again, a slow ball for Moose. Looks like the forwards will take responsibility for this one. There goes Libba. Herman Libba. Moose having to go digging again. This one's going to go high. Who's after it? Fundon Dlovu goes to the sky. Sharks managed to win one. And they have it outside the 22 now. Here they come. Looking for a consolation. Looking to take something from this game here at DHL Stadium today. Sharks again. They're spinning it wide. Good hands, but it's lost forward. And the through ball, maybe a little bit overcooked there from Ronaldinho. It's going to be a scrum for the Stormers 23, just outside the 22.
Well, they want to close the game out now. Do the Stormers under 23 side maybe try to get 1 or 2 more scores? Just put themselves in a position to potentially get into a final. Of course, the Bulls are well ahead in the log.
It's another scrum. Chance for the Stormers 23 to come from their own half. Seven minutes left to play here at DHL Stadium. 41-0 to the DHL Stormers 23. 7 tries already.
So no blind side to work with. They pulled Hartzenberg across to the open side. They've got a training field move here, have this Stormers on 23 side.
Solid scrum. And it's Daimoni who goes blind. He's got 1 boot. And the ball is coughed up. Sharks have an opportunity on the counter. Good tackle from Vukuzela in midfield there. Here they come again. It was worth a crack there down the blind side for Achieva. Didn't work out in the end. Sharks go wide again. They've got to make something happen. They've got to salvage some pride here.
Well, they've gone 6 phases and they haven't got anywhere, so great defensive set for the Stormers, as we'll see the replacement scrum off Jean-Luc put ball to boot, and that's gone way too far. Plenty of time for Carl Smith now.
It was a good chase. Carl Smith's done so well though. Goes through the gap. Secure under pressure, kept his head, made meters, got his team on the front foot. Herman Libber. That one was lost forward on the ground.
Just looking to pull it back. I tell you what, the replacement in, it looks like Luan Olafia, who's coming for the Sharks, has been very busy. So a good outing as the replacement flanker. Just trying to pull it out the back too soon was Herman Liver. Just overrun it at Dylan Miller. As we see the sands of time begin to tick away here. 5 minutes to go. The Stormers comprehensive on the scoreboard.
Sharks under 23 don't seem in any big hurry to get the scrum underway. Both packs just holding each other at scrum time at the moment. There is a numerical advantage here. Smith comes across, makes the tackle. Gets on his feet again. Sharks under 23 knocking on the door once more. We've seen this before though. They still haven't managed to make a count on the scoreboard. 4 minutes left here at DHL Stadium. Big hits in midfield there, just in front of the poles. Slow ball for Sharks under 23. Again.
No clear left. You didn't left it. Left it.
Goes again. Over the advantage line this time. Roche with the tackle. Damani still there. Good tackle from Hotzenberg on Mabaseri. Begging, pleading with the assistant referee to get involved. Doesn't seem that keen. Sharks under 23 keep going in the 22 with these pick and drives. Pillar defense pretty secure from the Stormers 23. It's been a big defensive shift from the side today. Slow ball, slow progress.
Number 20.
And finally the penalty comes. Offside is the call from the referee.
Well, sustained pressure from the Sharks outfit has yielded a penalty now. They want to save some of their blushes. 41 points adrift on the scorecard. Now look to tap and go through the replacement scrum off in Jean Lotz.
Yeah, it'll be a special play. What do they got for us, Gareth? Goes to the back. Good defense from Libba. And again, 5 meters out. And again, the forwards. One-off runners. There's an offload. Get them on the front foot. Defense is holding up to it though. must say, 79th minute, you're 41-0 up, and you're still tackling like this. It's a good indication of the character of the Stormers 23 side. Here it goes to the back line this time. And it is lost, but it goes backwards, so they continue. Roche in over the ball there.
Well, surely there's no tackle
Sharks
release
under 23 right there, but they were playing under advantage, so I'll go back. At this point, the question is, will there be a consolation? Will there be something for the Sharks under 23 to take from this game? Or will they get nilled here today?
Well, I'll tell you what, the defensive effort of the Stormers under 23 side has really stood out. You know, to nil a side is quite something in this day and age. So they'll want to keep that donut intact. Will the Stormers under 23 side? Last chance saloon now for the Sharks, Hollywoodbets Sharks outfit.
Luca Bacchus is back on. It looks like Lucanio Vukuzela is getting some medical attention there.
So they've decided to stick it into touch and see if they can work their way over from close quarters with the Sharks outfit. Now, do the Stormers look to nullify them at more time, or will they compete in there and try win it at line-out time?
They had another line-out right on the try line where Stormers 23 contested and stole the ball. I mean, why wouldn't you go up? It's not, what have you got to lose, really?
Well, that's a double
And there's
pump.
a good contest, but they managed to get it down and set them all. Doesn't make much ground though, and it goes down. Another advantage. Looks like we're going to finish the game down here, and it looks like we're going to finish the game with 14 Stormers players on the field. It's a quick tap, even though the ref's just shown a yellow card. It's all happening here at DHL Stadium.
Well, he hasn't made his way off the field. Oh, no, he has, Connor Evans. So they're just trying to hold their defensive line. Oh, the Stormers are Sharks who want to come away with something for their efforts. They've been camped down here for the last 7 or so minutes.
Hey, ball is there.
Siren's gone. This is the last play of the game. Next time there's a knock-on or anything, we're done. It's another advantage for the Sharks.
Let's use.
Yeah, it looks like that's a try. They managed to get that down, and there's the consolation for the men from Durban.
Well, consolation score for the Sharks. And well done to them. They never threw in the towel. They managed to get over 4 5-pointers from close quarters. The pick and go has proved fruitful. And they'll come away with 5 points for the Sharks outfit on the scoreboard. But the 5 points on the log position will go towards those in blue and white. I'll be well pleased for their efforts this afternoon. 41-5 as it stands, with a conversion to come. A very workmanlike performance, Michael, this afternoon from the under 23 side. And they've managed to fight their way back into this under 23 Cup and given themselves a glimmer of hope. Of course, they are up against the Lions next weekend down here in Cape Town, and they'll want to continue that rich vein of form as we see Lutz looking to add the extras. And he's duly obliged, and that is all she wrote from down here at the DHL Stadium, where it is the Stormers under 23 who have won this contest by 41 points to 7 in a pulsating encounter. 7 tries against the solitary effort of those of the Sharks, the Hollywoodbets Sharks. And down here from DHL Stadium, it is the DHL Stormers under 23 side that have run out victorious by 41 points to 7.